I just moved out of my New York City apartment and back into my old bedroom, which housed a ton of my old books. And since all of my books that I brought back from New York and all my books that were here are all back under one roof, I thought now was no better a time than to show off my collection of books. And I definitely have quite a lot of books. I definitely have bought a lot more books than I've read, but I don't know, I just kind of like having extra books around, so as soon as I finish the book that I'm on, I can start the next one. Also, I probably go into way too many bookstores that definitely tempt me to buy new books. I actually saw a quote on Instagram earlier today about this, and I thought that perfectly encapsulated what I'm talking about. Even when reading is impossible, the presence of books produces such an ecstasy that the buying of more books than one can read is nothing less than the soul reaching out towards infinity. And that sounds a lot more poetic than what I said. And I'm not really sure how long I'll have all of my books together and when I'll be leaving and having to bring them elsewhere and separate them again. So here is reshelving my books from New York and my book collection as of now. Now, alrighty. These are all the books that I had in my apartment in New York, so I guess I gotta reshelve them. Man, I have a lot. So we got a ton of books in this. I got a lot of good stuff. Got some Brandon Sanderson, Steinbeck, Feasting, Hines. I don't even remember what I got in here. Don't worry, I still have all my little bookshelf trinkets, my movie cats and my Smiskies. Every good bookshelf has bookshelf trinkets. It's a necessity. Final college notebook is being added to the shelf. Now, some people call this hoarding, but I don't know. I kind of consider it a hobby. More books. I just gotta say, just look at all these books. I don't even know where I'm gonna put all these. There we go, and there they all are. So now it's time for reshelving. I also got back into manga a couple months ago, and I have a manga shelf over here, but I have no clue where all these are gonna go. I would say I have a pretty large collection of manga. I have Dragon Ball Z here, One Punch Man, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Demon Slayer's back there. What got me into manga in high school was actually Attack on Titan, and I have One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, and a bunch more comics and stuff all around. Here's the game plan. I'm gonna move all of Dragon Ball Z up to a shelf over here, but the crazy thing is I actually have more books behind the mangas. Yeah, these are a lot of books I read in high school. Got a Hitchcock book right here. We got Catch-22. We got First Cosmic Velocity, Stephen King's The Outsider, Armada, which I really liked Ernest Cline in high school, and I read Ready Player One and Ready Player Two. And we got Fahrenheit 451, The Giver. This is a classic. Oh yeah, here's Pet Sematary, which I read last October. Here's some of the books that I left here. What else do I have behind here? All right, that deserves to stay back there. Also behind Demon Slayer, I think I have all 7 of the Harry Potter books, which I got when I was little. Here's some more, here's Vagabond. Behind here, I have some Star Wars books and some Shakespeare plays. And then over here, there's a lot. Here's Game of Thrones, which I read last summer. Fantastic books. Actually, the books that really got me into fantasy. And behind all of this, we have even more. A lot of these books behind here were for some of my classes that I took. We got some Jane Austen, we have Castle of Otranto, we have another Stephen King book, Dr. Sleeps, Stephen King's It, some cinema books. One of the covers in here is really cool. This one's sick, look at that. I'm gonna try and squeeze in my Witcher books right here. I've been trying to get into The Witcher for a moment now. I've tried reading it twice, and I think it might be because I'm starting with these short stories. I like them, and I like the Witcher games, just for whatever reason, I just can't get into the series. I'll read like one short story, enjoy it, and then put the book down. I don't know, I know my Polish heritage is mad at me for not reading these, but I'd like to get back to them soon. But for now, I'm gonna slide them right here. I also got another Dune. Isn't that a cool cover? And I have all of Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time that I need to still read. I just feel like with this series, I just need to devote a lot of time just to sitting down and reading it, and I haven't done that yet, so yeah, I would like to read it soon. Down on this little empty bit right here, I'm gonna put all my hardcovers. I have Onyx Storm, which came out, I think, last January? I do not think I will be reading the next one of those. I think I've had enough of that kind of romanticy. We also have Ulysses by Joyce, which I had to read some James Joyce for school for a modernism class. We got The Castle, Kafka. Excellent book. I would like to read more Kafka, like I would like to read The Trial. We got another Dune. Problem is with all my Dune copies is they're all different sizes. So I have Children of Dune, that's this really cool old hardcover from, I think, 70s, I want to say. That's just such a cool classic sci-fi cover. East of Eden by Steinbeck, another big book. And then I have Wind and Truth, which Stormlight Archive, one of my favorite fantasy series of all time. It's so great. I don't know how I feel about Wind and Truth now. I really liked Wind and Truth when I first read it, and I didn't get all the hate, but I still think there are other better books in the Stormlight Archive series. All right, I have a little more space. Let me see what else we can put here. Alrighty, let's see. We got Lonesome Dove, just right here. Another big book, and then we have A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. Maybe those are right here. All right, the moment everybody's been waiting for. All my favorite books go on this shelf. Exciting. Here's 2 film books that I'm probably gonna put over there, so. I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl right now. I'm just now realizing this is actually quite a colorful shelf, which these books right here, I have just added to my collection recently and haven't quite gotten to them. I haven't read Warbreaker yet either, or Never Let Me Go is another one that I need to read, and The Empire of Silence. I was really on a Murakami kick after reading Norwegian Woods, which was very good. I really enjoyed that book, so I still need to check that one out. And I think probably next, I'll probably check out The Assassin's Apprentice. And then up here, I have a little small collection of books that I've talked about Pines actually quite a lot. There's also Frankenstein, and then Norwegian Woods, which I read recently and I really liked. And then I have Mistborn, which I read the first Mistborn. I still need to read these 2. So hopefully I'll get to those soon. And then my current read is Dungeon Crawler Carl. And you know, no bookshelf is complete without knickknacks and little guys to put on them. So yeah, that's pretty much all my collection of books that I own so far. I think I have quite a lot. I would really like one day to have like a nice apartment and then have like a huge bookshelf, like a row of like really big bookshelves that almost kind of make it feel like a library a little bit. And then I could have all of these housed on one shelf instead of being scattered all around and having things tucked behind and all that. So that's my dream. So one day, hopefully I can have all that and have all these books still, but we will see. There's a lot I still need to read, so better get to that, I guess.